If you are struggling to get views on your YouTube channel, it's very likely that you have low impressions click-through rate on your videos. Now, what does impressions click-through rate mean? Why should you care about it? And how can you make it better so you can get more views? Now, I'll be explaining everything in this video. And the best part, of course, if you stick with me till the end, you will be getting a special gift from me that will help you get higher click-through rates and, of course, more views on your YouTube channel. Are you ready? Let's get into it. Hello and welcome. My name is Tope Aghomatse, and on this channel I share information and insights to help you scale your business using YouTube. Now, if you're new here and you want more content like this, make sure you subscribe and hit the bell below for notifications. Now to the topic of today. First, what does impressions click-through rate on YouTube mean? It's the percentage of how many of your impressions on YouTube turn into views. For instance, if 100 people have seen your video on YouTube, that's 100 impressions. And if only 5 people have clicked on it, then your click-through rate is 5%. Now, although the average click-through rate on YouTube is 4 to 5%, as you can see here, my average click-through rate currently ranges between 6.3 and 9.6. And specific videos on my channel have much higher click-through rates, like 14%, 15%, 18%. And with my impressions increasing, what that means is that more and more new viewers are seeing my content, and ordinarily my CTR should be reducing, but instead it has been slowly increasing over time. So now to the big question: what are the factors that affect your CTR and how do you increase it? Now, the two most important factors that determine your CTR, which is click-through rate, by the way, are your thumbnails and your video titles. Those are the two most important factors. Now, data also shows that your CTR can be affected by your number of views, how old or new your video is, and the length of your video. Yes. And so we'll be looking at all of these factors as we go on in this video. Now, the first thing that viewers see on YouTube are video thumbnails, and videos that will get higher clicks on YouTube are those with eye-catching thumbnails. So when your thumbnail grabs attention is when you get the chance for people to even read the title of your video and finally decide whether or not they should click on it or they should walk away. Now, to improve on your click-through rate, you need to design your video thumbnails to grab attention. The mindset you need when making your thumbnails is that they need to be intriguing, magnetic, create some FOMO, that's fear of missing out, spark curiosity, and all of that. The idea is to prioritize clickability. That's the ability to move people into action, to click. Prioritize that over aesthetics, because a lot of people just like to create beautiful graphics and they're not particularly effective in getting the click. Now, remember, I promised you a gift earlier. Now, this gift will help you create more effective thumbnails. So just hang in there and we'll get to it in a bit. Now, to the next most important factor that affects your click-through rate. That's your title. Okay, after seeing your thumbnail, if it grabs attention the way it should, the next natural thing your prospective viewer would do is to read your video title. Yes, your title is your opportunity to convince the viewer that he or she is about to watch a good video. Now, there are some intricacies that come with writing YouTube video titles, and I can't go into the details here in this video, but you need to understand this, that your title has to be compelling and it has to speak to what people are looking for on the internet. For instance, if people are looking for how to start a business or how to start an online business, for instance, your title will work better if it says how to start an online business, rather than if you say, check out my online business, or this business is just amazing. I believe you get what I mean. So you need to work on your language when writing your titles and always make it as compelling as possible. Now, note that it's not about you, it's about what the viewer can gain by watching your video. Now, another important factor that affects your click-through rate is your video views. Yes, you heard me. Now, you don't have much control over this, but just know that some people will not watch your video simply because it has just 200 views, okay? They would rather watch the next video that has 30,000 views, and that's totally okay because there's nothing you can do about your views. But one thing is for sure, many viewers will take a chance on watching your video if your thumbnail and title are properly done. Now, I still have 2 more factors to discuss with you. In fact, the last one might shock you because it's highly underrated. But before I get into that, speaking of thumbnails, I have in the description area below the link to an entire masterclass where I shared step by step how to create YouTube thumbnails that wow. And I also highlighted 4 thumbnail mistakes that YouTubers make and how to fix them. Now, this class is 100% free and you can have instant access to that class if you just click on the link in the description below. So check it out after watching this video. Now we're still talking about your CTR and the factors you need to understand about that. Now, one of those factors is also the length of your video. Yes, this is particularly for creators in the educational space. If you are a web designer or a business coach, for instance, shorter videos between 3 to 15 minutes will work better for you because people are always looking for quick tips on YouTube. Now, take note, nobody wants to spend 30 minutes watching what they can learn in 5 minutes, okay? But if you're in the entertainment space, like you're a storyteller, a movie producer, you're a vlogger, you'll be able to get away with longer videos because people love stories. And the longer the time they can relax for with your content, the better. So this factor is quite subjective, but just keep in mind that if you are making educational content, that shorter videos will generally work better for you. Now to another factor which is largely underestimated, that is the topic of your video. Now, by topic, I don't mean the specific title of your video. I mean the bigger conversation. For instance, any video around iPhone 5 being posted on YouTube now in 2022 would almost be 100% ignored, meaning it might have almost 0 CTR. And the simple reason is that it's no longer relevant. So sometimes you might be doing everything right. Your thumbnail is on point, your editing is sharp, your title is compelling, your energy is, but your topic is just off. I mean, it's irrelevant, it's not so popular, and that would definitely affect your CTR. So that is why we usually advise that you do some research before recording any video. Many times, data will tell you whether or not it is a good idea. Now, I hope you've gotten value so far. Remember to check out the YouTube thumbnail design masterclass in the description area below. I'll see you inside. Bye for now.